Hey, hello. It's so good to be back. Welcome to hashtag Deaf Woke. I'm so excited. I am your host for this. What you doing? Wait, where's my name? I'll show you. I'll show you my name. I am Antoine, and this is hashtag Deaf Woke. I know it's been a while. We've been busy. There's been so much to do. We've been doing so much here, but we can't leave this show, the conversations. We just can't. There's been a lot happening in our community, and we can't be silent about it. We have to face these challenging times and uplift each other. So I've been doing a lot of work related to that. I feel like today is Friday. It's a happy Friday. And look at this classifier with the F. The spirit. Let's see, the deliciousness, the perfection of it. Oh, the peace in our hearts. I'm just thinking of different ways to use that classifier. Before we get started, I want to introduce two beautiful, fabulous interpreters. Because you don't hear my voice, we have two interpreters here. Come on screen. Yes, yes, yes. We want to introduce the interpreters. We have Gloshonda. All right. And our other interpreter, we have Hashada. Now, there is so much that we want to say, but thank you for your service. Love y'all. We have an amazing guest tonight. And I will be reading Rupmani Chhetri's bio, so you know who she is. This is an amazing deaf advocate, someone who advocates for the rights of our community, our humanity, not just for deaf people, but for humanity at large. And really, she talks about accessibility and leadership. She is the founder of SignAble, and she will teach us the sign for that. She works in grassroots setting, advancing and uplifting, educating, and imparting information to others. She focused on technology and collaboration worldwide and advancing access to communication for deaf rights and strengthening deaf rights through collaborative platforms for all. She has created many inclusive opportunities. And this is a big deal. She was a former UN volunteer. She also volunteers to break down barriers to communication. She's a champion for equity and inclusion. This sweet soul, but she's tough and she has thick skin. She is a leader in innovation, and she has a strengthened commitment to inspire the world for change. We're really grateful for this person being willing to come tonight and give us the opportunity to learn more about her work, even though she's quite busy. We met at Black Deaf Advocates, and I said, oh, she has to share this conversation with you all. So I won't prolong this any longer. She will share more about herself, her journey, her vision. I want to now bring to the stage Rupmani. Welcome.
Yay.
Listen, we'll do a little dance.
Okay. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes. How are you? How are you? That's my first question.
I'm doing great. Perfect. I feel cool right now. Good, good.
Yeah?
I have been working all night until 6 or 7 in the morning. I went to bed, and when the sun came out.
Wow. So you're active 24/7.
Yes, sure. I am.
So right now, folks are talking about India. What's happening in India? I mean, where were you born?
Really, I was born in Nepal, and after 6 months, I moved to India, and I grew up there. I lived on the east in India, but I worked in the south.
Okay. So culturally, what's it like there? What's the climate like as well? Is it dry land, farmland?
It's very, very diverse. Uh, I'm from East and I've lived on the East. So we have a lot of mountains on the east side of the country. But on the southern part of India, where I work, it's very different. The topography is different. It's more quieter. We still have mountains, but it looks like Switzerland, you can say.
Okay.
So in there is fog, there are farms, food is diverse. So that is my home. Uh, so the northern part is more like China, Thailand, Nepal, Mongolia. So it's very different. Southern part of India is very different. The people are more dark skinned. In the northern part, uh, people are more similar to people who live in Mexico. The western part is similar to more like Canada, you can say. But it's a beautiful mix. It's a beautiful country. Yes, we are a mixture of like a boiling pot, you can say. So we have a variety of sign languages. We sign Indian Sign Language, not always, yes, but the primary is Indian Sign Language. We call it ISL. Plus, Uh, we have a local dialect, you can say, local language. But across India, it can be a variety of sign languages, probably 6 or 7 of them. That's the variety.
Okay, so let me back up. You know, there are some deaf folks here, there are some blind folks here who might be watching. And so let us provide a visual description of ourselves. I am a dark skinned milk chocolate person. I get that from my mother. I am also indigenous plus African. I am Blackfoot and Cherokee. I have 1 second, interpreter's freezing. I have a background that has different black, brown, and gold patterns. I have a black shirt with a yellow print that says hashtag deaf woke. And I have long locks and salt and pepper beard. Now
Thank
you're
you. I'm sorry, I didn't anticipate the deaf-blind audience. My name is Rupmani, and my name sign is this. Uh, my face is brown colored. My hair is black. My hair is brown. I have black eyes. We have similar color shirts, black. And I'm wearing a bangle and a golden ring and an emerald ring. My teeth are white. That's all.
you're lucky. We brush our teeth. We both brush our teeth.
And that is my background. I am living on a boat right now, and you can see my background. There are some blinds just to inform the audience. Sorry, I forgot about the background.
Oh, are you enjoying the boat?
It's beautiful, it's amazing. I feel I'm at peace and there is no stress. So, this is what the boat has done to me. And it's very difficult to explain.
Yeah, it's quite impossible to explain that feeling. But going back to your upbringing in India and other places, you said that you live in different areas. And so I'm wondering if the education for the deaf has been easy in those spaces or countries.
No. Now we are starting to see a change. Long time ago, no. We had nothing, no access. That is how I grew up in school without any access, any language.
So, how do you help to uplift and support? Because I see that you help a lot, and I'm wondering about that.
Mhm. I was born with a vision that I always thought that I'm the only deaf person in the world. And because I lived all my life in a hearing world and I was kind of alone and I was isolated. So I thought I'm the only deaf person in the world. Uh, and I never had access to people who were signing around me growing up. Everybody in my family is hearing, and I'm the only deaf person that I know of from generations ago. So there was no awareness of that for me. So my parents did not write and did not sign. So they worked on a farm, so they did not know much. So my mother, so at that time, deaf people were punished or kind of penalized, and they were oppressed, you know. And my parents did not know that situation. So when I was born, they thought God had punished them and why my daughter has been born deaf this way, you know. So they would visit temples and, try to fix my ear, get some medication on my tongue, those kind of things that the Babas do in the temples to fix my hearing loss. So
Mm.
there was a lot of force trying to make me speak a variety of ways. So we had this long kind of
Yeah.
tool that was put in my mouth, and they would make me look at a mirror and force me to speak and look at myself. Uh, and if I were wrong, I was punished. And I cried a lot, but I was not allowed to sign at all. I was punished for it. So that was my growing up story, everything about oralism. So I that was forced on me. So I was mainstreamed in a hearing school, and everybody was hearing, and I was the only deaf child. And I did not understand anything. I had no friends. I would just copy what they would write, and I would just copy, take down notes without actually understanding what was being said. So I did not understand a single word. It was quite a struggle for me. So I knew when I looked at a word what it was, but I never understood what it actually meant and what the context was. So I would just blindly copy everything. But my mind did not process what it meant. My parents did not have money while I was growing up. Uh, so I needed to go to college, do my master's, but my parents did not have any money. I have siblings. So my brother and sister went through academics, and it was easy for them because they were hearing, but for me, it was a struggle. There was a time, there was one time I met a deaf person at a temple, and we kind of locked eyes, and I was surprised. I was trying to speak at that time, and we had a rod at that time in a temple where we had to write notes. So that was in Delhi. This happened with me in Delhi. So when I moved to Delhi, I was shocked to see the deaf community. And when I would look at somebody was deaf, so around 2007 ish, I moved in Delhi, and I would watch deaf people going to movies. And then that was how I started to socialize. But growing up was quite a different journey. I had no access to sign language.
Wow. So, how did you improve on accessing your understanding? How did you support yourself?
So in Delhi, I got married. Before I got married, really, I did not have access to the community. So uh, I imagine that if I have a family, if I get married, things would be okay. But I realized that it was not working out. Uh, so I left my family when I was growing up, and I thought when I get married, things would be fine. So, and I started to learn sign language in Delhi. So there was one woman who I met there who really cared about access. So there was no way for me to figure out the concept of what was being signed. So I was not working much. So that woman told me that being a deaf person is fine, but you need to go to school. And she showed me avenues of going to school, learning to read and write, and then I started to get more motivated, and I felt more happy.
Yes, you were so
I am more happy, yeah.
happy.
Uh, so I was always kind of sad and not that motivated and excited about learning, but this was a turning point in my life. So in Delhi, I did not know the sign for the city Delhi, but some of the friends, my friend Sandhya, helped me uh, learn sign, and we would exchange notes on a piece of paper, like this is the sign for this word, and that is how I started my journey. So when I finally found a deaf family, I was like flabbergasted. And I realized there is a way to communicate. And that was the start of my journey. And that was very, very exciting for me. So that kind of, I started soaking in everything like a sponge and I got more involved. And I realized there were so many problems and so many barriers, a lot of deaf people around me. And then I kind of started feeling disgruntled. And that was when I decided to get more involved as an advocate, as an activist. Very often, I was not involved as a member in any organization or nonprofits. And then I realized in a couple of years in my journey that I can be part of that. I can become an advocate and I can fight for deaf rights. So that is how I started getting more involved, and that is how things took a turn for the positive, and that is how I became a strong advocate. Before, my parents, when they did not have enough money, I would always ask for money and my parents would hand over money to me. But later I realized that I can work and I can make my own living. So I can buy my own food, I can pay my own rent. That is how I realized. So when I moved out of my home, that is when, out of the struggles, I realized that I can thrive.
Wow. So you're also a teacher as well, correct? Or someone?
Counselor?
Okay. And also, there are other children that are growing because of you.
Yes.
You did send me a video of the deaf children that are thriving. So we'll go ahead and show that video. Okay, so is that the name of the school?
Yes, yes. That's the school. Yes.
They're writing.
Yes. I think they're writing English. Yes. He's writing, learning to write. We have a deaf teacher there in the video.
Oh, wow.
The teacher is deaf.
I have a question. What is the name of this school?
Happy Hands. That's the name of the school. Sipchi Panda was the person who set that up, I think. Went to the UK, got schooling, and then learned to sign, and then decided to set up a school back in India. Amazing journey.
So he's
So
hearing?
the teacher is deaf.
Oh, he's deaf. Okay.
Did you see the boy sitting there on the floor and signing? Yes. So, did you see that man who was sitting on the floor and signing? So that is the person, and he was chatting with the boy. Did you see the boy as well? The teacher was standing, and then the boy was signing. So that is the name sign for the boy, I think. So the man's name sign. So the man who set up the school, that was the name sign. So, he owns the house, he owns the school, and he owns everything. He has a fruit farm, and he plants his own vegetables. It's a huge campus. So just for supporting the children. Previously, he had very few students. Now it's growing.
So how many years has this school been?
He set it up 5 years ago, I guess.
Wow, 5 years in operation. I'm so happy to see
So exciting to see him on this journey. Now there are more children and they are thriving and they're signing. It's such a joy to watch them. Previously, there were not many children who were signing and they were just on the sidelines. Uh, so while I was 22, I started learning sign language during my times, but now I see these young children actually doing it quite early.
Oh, please believe it is never too late to learn sign language. It's never too late, whether you start young or older, right? Do you feel the same as me?
But I think I always thought I was alone who was deaf in the world, but now I see there are so many children who are just like me and they're so sweet and they can communicate with adults back
Hmm.
and forth. Previously, it was more like gestures and there was no straight communication, but now it's a different story. It's such amazing to watch. I love those children.
Yes, and I noticed that you have traveled the world, right? You've met so many people and you've learned about different deaf cultures. And it seems that you love to learn
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
different foods, different people. There was one video you sent me. You were making something using a machine. Let's show them the video first and then we can explain what's happening.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So, what was that? Tell us about this video.
That was in the middle of Thailand, the Bangkok. That's the sign for Bangkok. This was happening in Bangkok. That's the place. That was a deaf person there in the video. He's from South Korea and he moved to Thailand and now he lives there. He runs a business there and he owns the business. No hearing person helped him set it up. A deaf person, self employed entrepreneur. He has a huge business, it's a huge campus. He has a second story floor as well. He makes socks
Yes.
and he has a variety of socks, beautiful designs and colors. It's great. Very, very creative. business. And that's a deaf owned business. And I think it started around 2006 or 2007. And oh, wow, I was so inspired. His experience and his identity, that was very inspirational for me. That is a very famous person, and a lot of people in Thailand know this deaf businessman, and you can't forget.
Wow, I think it's beautiful that you took the time to go there and learn from him. Not just watching, but you were hands on. You were involved in the creation and withholding nothing. You went in and did it.
I felt like when I was working, I was trying it out. It felt like it was a lot of hard work, but when I touched the socks, I understand. Okay, uh, it's easy to communicate with each other. We are visual learners and doers, so it's not that difficult. So I felt very comfortable trying that out.
And yeah, you put your hands to work, and that makes you a good student or learner, but also a good leader. So I would like to ask you, who is your role model in leadership? Who do you look up to?
My role model is a woman. Her name is Geeta. That's the sign for Geeta.
Rita, okay.
She's the one who supported me, taught me how to sign. She made sure I was not oppressed, not abused. She sent me to places. I met her in Simla, that is the northern part of India, called as Shimla. She teaches deaf children and hearing students as well. And Delhi is pretty far from Shimla. And then when I came in touch with her, I learned a lot of things from her. She was such an inspiration for me. Before meeting Geeta, I would always question myself. And then Geeta suggested, what about volunteering at UN? And I thought maybe that's not possible. She said, anything is possible. Why not? Don't think yourself as less. There was a class of 10 of us. And I thought probably it's not possible that I'm going to get picked for the volunteering job at the UN. Uh, and I thought, I am being mocked at and bullied and made fun of. And I was feeling awkward sitting on the bench. So I was done feeling sorry for myself. So it doesn't matter if I get rejected or get denied the opportunity. So I decided to involve myself in variety of conferences and opportunities. I started getting in touch with people. Doesn't matter. I was learning on the way while I was making mistakes. I was not very proficient in English, but yeah,
Uh,
I was finding my way around. I was learning through mistakes. I was fighting. I had faith in myself. She taught me to have faith in myself.
yes, faith. Mm-hmm. This is your sign for faith. Okay.
Yes, that's the sign for faith. And then, and I passed the interview, and they asked me, do you know ASL? And I said no.
Oh,
And so I was like, what do I do now? Do I learn ASL? How do I do it? So I decided to immerse myself,
you
and,
have to study hard.
and then I passed the interview.
Yes. Wow.
And I was like, all right. And that is what Geeta taught me, to believe in myself, have faith in myself. I was a very awkward person, not confident, always thinking lesser of myself. But as my role model, she taught me to go places, see places, meet people, go to Ukraine.
Yes,
And
Ukraine.
I was like, Ukraine, way out of my league. I can't do it, but I did it.
That brings me to the next video on the UN.
День. Тиждень. Місяць. Рік. Сьогодні. Вихідні. Погода.
Юніт 4, парт 2, дубль 3.
Більше 1 мільярда людей, тобто 1 з 7 жителів світу, живуть з певною формою інвалідності. 80% проживають у країнах, які розвиваються. Люди з інвалідністю, найбільша у світі меншина, в цілому мають більш низький рівень здоров'я, нижчі досягнення в освіті, менші економічні можливості та більш високі показники бідності, ніж люди без інвалідності. В основному це спричинено недостатньою кількістю послуг, доступних для них, та численними перешкодами, з якими вони стикаються у повсякденному житті.
And we move from the convention in 2008 until the Sustainable Development Goals in 2015. And the Sustainable Development Goals offer a number of entry points to help people that have disabilities address their problems. We can name just very quickly 4 of them. The right to education, the right to decent work, the right as well of sustainable cities, cities that are safe and inclusive. All of these are areas in which the SDGs are actually addressing the needs of people with disabilities. It's still a challenge, though, as we move forward to actually move from these development goals to their implementation.
This is a pilot project in Ukraine and globally as well. And as such, there have been many things we couldn't get ready for. We didn't expect to happen. Many of us have never worked with a colleague with disability. Many of us have never had any experience with projects as such. This is why it was a huge challenge, but also a huge opportunity for us, professional one as well as personal one. We have learned a lot. I think one of the greatest achievements of the project is that it actually has brought us back to the foundations of the United Nations and shown us values UN should stand for.
As you know, the disabled people with disabilities make up 15% of the world's population. In the United Nations, we try and lead by example. What this means is that 15% of our employees should be people with disabilities or something similar.
За рік діяльності в рамках ініціативи команді вдалося плідно попрацювати в наступних напрямках.
Просування прав людей з інвалідністю разом з громадським суспільством та урядом.
Актуалізація питань інвалідності в роботі ООН.
Інформування про аспекти інвалідності.
Основними досягненнями ініціативи стало те, що регулярні звіти Верховного комісару з прав людей в Україні наразі перекладаються жестовою мовою. 65 співробітників ООН володіють базовому рівні жестовою мовою, та 130 дітей з порушенням слуху знають про волонтерство та про цілі сталого розвитку.
В рамках проєкту було проведено семінари щодо основних правил спілкування з людьми з інвалідністю для співробітників ООН у Києві та Краматорську. 5 семінарів щодо волонтерства та цілей сталого розвитку для дітей з порушенням слуху у Києві, Чернівцях та Дніпрі. 3 курси з міжнародної мови жестів для підлітків та дорослих з порушенням слуху у партнерстві з культурним центром УТОГ та громадською організацією «Відчуй», а також курс для персоналу міжнародного аеропорту Бориспіль. 5 курсів з міжнародної мови жестів для співробітників ООН, а саме Головного офісу ООН волонтери в Німеччині, Програми розвитку ООН в Україні та Індії, ЮНІСЕФ, УВКБ ООН, ООН Жінки, Моніторингової місії ООН з прав людини та ООН волонтери в Україні. Захід «Інклюзивний рекрутинг» спільно з командою HR в Україні з метою заохотити людей з інвалідністю та представників інших вразливих груп населення подаватись на позиції ООН. Також розроблено онлайн-курс міжнародної мови жестів та запущено на внутрішній навчальній платформі ООН волонтери.
This is also a great power of volunteerism in this project, that with volunteering everyone can do everything and nothing is impossible. Rupmani is a great example of this as well. She has inspired many other people with disabilities that they can do a lot and nothing is impossible.
we need more Ukrainians to volunteer because fundamentally the challenges that face the country require more than just government action. They require citizens' action. So volunteerism can be a powerful force for change. And Rupmani has motivated us in that way. She has shown us that people with disabilities are a powerful element of our own workforce. And we want to maintain the momentum that she's created as we move into the future in terms of our work with people with disabilities.
Yes. Oh, wow.
You know, that work, do you know how that happened? Before filming that movie, there was so many barriers, I would request that I want to get more involved with this work, and I need interpreters, and I would not have interpreters often. So when I passed the interview and when I moved to Ukraine, my request was accepted. First, I was the first person to fly in my family. First time. Nobody in my family had flown before, and I was very, very nervous, So after the flight landed, finally I sighed relief. And after I landed, I met a person and was signing in a different kind of sign language. And I had no idea what that was. And I asked the person, would I have an interpreter? And the person said no. So, and that person said, go back to India. You are not allowed here because you don't understand this sign language. I said, no, I already paid for everything. It's all paid and I'm already here. And that was quite a struggle. There was a lot of back and forth. And I had to call the UN and said, I'm already here and I do not have an interpreter for language access and I'm struggling. So the UN said, don't worry. And they figured some stuff out and they said, welcome to India, one interpreter said. I said, no, this is Ukraine. It should be welcome to Ukraine. So there were cops everywhere when I landed, and UN street. So I was walking across the street, and I was quite sitting on the fence when I entered the building, and I saw everything. And there was a peon who was cleaning the windows and the floor, and welcomed me to the office and said, this is your laptop, this is going to be your office, and opened the door for me, and you have 2 interpreters. And I was like, amazing. Yeah. I have all these things now. This was my first job that I had everything.
And in the video, there were so many different languages. Yes. And I said no English, but there was some English there. And there was international sign as well. So thank you for sharing this with us, sharing us your journey.
course.
The UN is so important, and people often ask, what does the UN do? Tell us more about the UN.
So in the UN, there are a variety of departments. You have one for children, one for human rights. We have a variety of departments. But people with disabilities are not included in there. So mostly there are hearing people who work in everything. So we sometimes have disability conferences and that's it. But people who actually work in the UN who themselves are disabled, we had none. So when I arrived at, so what does UN mean? What was my role? So it welcomes volunteers who are disabled as well. And we have hearing people also who volunteer a lot there. So very often deaf people don't volunteer, and very often people think UN is only going to communicate via English language, and probably if I sign in, if I am deaf, that is not going to be possible. But we have international sign language if you are a deaf person from variety of countries, and that is one common language shared, and we have variety of different languages as well. So that was my first time working experience there as a disabled person at the UN. So I worked with UNDCDPR PD.
Yes, and some people don't know that it's the United Nations. It's an international organization, and that was created in the 70s. There was a world war that happened, and it was trying to help different countries to band together, and that is important. And the goal is to establish peace worldwide through engagement and through the establishment of human rights and promoting human rights. So you mentioned that in Crane they were all speaking and there was no sign language access. And also there was no access for disabled people, even though the UN supports disabled people, children, women. They provide advocacy for humanity. So thank you for sharing that. And that position is quite advanced, right? That's a high volunteer position, and you volunteered your time.
I think you have frozen, Antoine. I don't see you clearly. Can you go back, please?
Sure, sure, no problem. So that is a high position, correct, in the UN. And wow, you volunteered your time and you were extremely active in your
Mhm.
So
Thank
thank you for
you.
your work, and thank you for doing this for our people. And also, you are a woman, and often you said there are people who do not listen to women, right?
Yes, absolutely right.
And so your labor, how do you continue to do this tirelessly? How?
No, I'm never tired of working. I always found I support women, I support children, I support youth. Whoever needs support, I'm there. I feel when someone needs support, they kind of are not asking for it and kind of procrastinate over it and not ask early. So, but even if whether you're in Ukraine, whether you're anywhere, so I think it's important for people to ask for support and get it when they need. So that is what my belief system is. So keeping when people feel happy, that's important. So in the Indian culture, when we talk about clothes, women, we have variety of rules, like women should have long sleeves or long clothes, and you kind of accept, and women are oppressed and men have the liberty to do everything. So having independence for women, that is not the norm, but now it's getting much better. But before we had accessibility and women's rights, it was not the same situation. When I visited Ukraine, it was very different. I was like shocked, and I tried to compare it with India, and I realized the cultures of both these countries are so different. And I learned to accept both the cultures and cultivate those cultures and learn everything about both these cultures. If you live in India, for example, you have an Indian identity and you blend into that, similar with Ukraine. So that had a huge impact on me when I volunteered there.
And now you've written a book. Can you share that experience? What's the name of your book?
You can't hear, you can sign. That is the name of my book. When people read the title, probably they might think, we have a diverse amount of people, and how do they do it if they don't hear it? How do they do that? So, but people can sign. Remember in India, we play cricket? That's a very popular sport.
Yes.
How do the umpires sign? They use hand gestures, right? You are out, clean bowled, LBW, this is a sixer, it means it's a sixer. The batsman hit a sixer. So they use hand gestures to communicate.
I
So
just
that's
want
the
to
analogy I drew from.
Your book is so beautiful. Look at these hands, and they look like flowers, and the
It's
butterfly.
Yes, it's like a butterfly flying and going out into the world, similar to deaf people. It's small steps, huge barriers, and then we break down those barriers and just fly off.
Beautiful. And this is so important. So you have traveled, you have met different people, you have written a book and shared stories. And I feel like there are so many things to name, to read, to sign. But I also feel like we should play a game. Name these people.
Let's see.
And I mean, you've written a beautiful book, and we're inspired by your book and your work. And now I want to see who you know. So, the way this game works is if you know the name of the person, you can go ahead and share the name. But if you say, oh, I might not know, I just know a few letters, we can give hints, and then you can give the answer. We have, you know, a deaf professional Indian woman who has served in a variety of deaf serving organizations. She is the former president of California Association of the Deaf, and she appeared on hashtag DeafWoke in August of 2021. She also featured in the Bay Area International Deaf Dance Festival. Do you know who this is?
I think it is Kavita.
Okay, let's see the picture.
Yes. Yes, I know her. I knew that.
Okay, this is a hearing man from Santa Ana, California. He is an actor, producer, director, and social activist. He has appeared in the movie Sinners and won the Academy Award for Best Actor. He was also involved in Black Panther. Do you know who this is?
From Gallaudet? Oh, is it Nile? Is it Nile?
No,
Remember?
it's a Black person.
Okay, I think from some African person with some long hair. No, I don't know.
Do you know who this is?
Nope.
Michael B. Jordan. This is a famous person, famous actor. Yeah, he's a cool person. We're going to watch his movie together.
Okay.
Okay, we have someone from Texas. This is a fourth generational deaf person. She signs Black ASL, and she was also signing Black ASL in a movie. Do you know who it is?
I think I've heard that name before. I can't remember. I know that name. I know that's a woman. Yeah. Oh, I've heard that name, but I couldn't associate a face with that. Oh, wow. Oh, Nakia.
She's a cool person. And that's why I like this show because we get to learn together. I like that. This is a hearing person from Washington, D.C., who is involved in the fashion. This person was also creative director at Vogue, and they have their different flamboyant custom designs. Do you know who?
No.
What do you know? This is Andre. Oh, and this is a beautiful dancer as well. It's an amazing individual. You can see his clothes. Yeah.
Yep. I see that. Oh, wow.
We're learning something new. Okay, we have someone from Orange, California, who is a Korean American, and they also are based in Berlin. This person is deaf. And we see an error on the screen that says deaf, but it should say deaf, not deaf. So she was in Friends and Strangers in one of their episodes, and she also was on a series in PBS.
No.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Does she play a piano or something or a violin? Piano? Oh, okay. Very famous person, right? She's been a pianist or a violinist?
Yes, this is Christine Sun Kim. Such a cool deaf person. We have a deaf person from California who helped to write a book on Black American Sign Language. And also, it's about 200, and also they have a guide with over 200 words in signs. It's a pretty thick book.
No, I don't know who.
Okay, from South Carolina, excuse the interpreter. We have Franklin Jones Jr., who wrote this book to support Black Sign Language users.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so we're learning.
So many words. Wow, amazing.
Yeah, just like you love to learn different things too, right? Now, this person is hearing from Oakland. They tried to run for vice president. They are the 49th vice president of the United States. They tried to run for president, and they served under President Joe Biden. And they love children's coloring
I
books.
think it's a, yeah. Oh, Kamla. Oh, yes, Kamla. Yes, I knew. She's a mix of Indian
Yes, Kamala.
heritage. Yes. She was born in India, I guess, and then she moved here.
Yes, that's so cool. You know her picture too. This person is a director, a dancer, choreographer for Wild Zappers, and also signed the American anthem, Oh Say Can You See? That song recently. They are tall with very long locks. Do you know who this is? Oh, you haven't seen him yet.
No, I'm not seen yet.
This is Fred Beam, a beautiful signer
Cool.
for dancer. And you know, my Deaf Dance Festival, he will be coming to perform.
Oh, coming.
August. Now, there's a show called The Office. This person was an actor and producer and director. And the name is Mindy. She
No, I don't remember.
I know a little about her. Oh, wait, what is this? Okay, we have a filmmaker. I don't know.
No, nope.
Let's see.
Oh, I know. I forgot the name. I've seen this actor. I know. He's very funny. Oh, yeah.
Jackie Chan.
People love to watch his videos. They are big fans. His movies, sorry. I love to watch his movies as well. Jackie Chan, yes.
This is a person from Long Beach who is an actor, and they talk about deaf identity and intersectionality. And they also have written The Light of Deaf Women, inspirational stories from visionaries, artists, founders, and entrepreneurs.
I think no.
You two are on the same award.
I remember. I remember. I remember.
No, it's not me.
Oh, you guys look the same. Let me see. Isn't it the same person?
This is Wawa, who is an American rapper, writer, actor. He has served in a variety of roles. He was also a deaf person who says, "So what?" This is the last one, I hope. Do you know who?
No.
No, you can't tell by the picture. This is my long-term wife, just
I don't know. No.
Jackson. Do you know who Michael Jackson is?
No.
Okay, that was a famous singer, and this is his sister. She is an American actress, songwriter, and she does this dance move.
Oh my god, so cute. Oh my god.
Yes.
I like how you did that. So many different people. Wow.
But it's important history, to learn.
Are they all Americans? Or
No, from all over the world. So there are some people who are watching who want to learn more about you. So those who are watching, we want to give you the chance to type in the chat. I know that time is almost out, but you can private message me or you can type in the public chat. And please, nice questions, please. One question says, where can we buy your book?
right now it's available in India only, but in the US it will be available maybe online. Let me see. I don't know American names, so let me see where it will be available online. I'm not quite so sure. Maybe a bookstore. I'm still checking. Can you see that? No, can't see. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I'm trying to see.
Now, how about now? Okay, so
Yes. So it will have a global listing. We have libraries, ebook retailers, universities. You will be able to find it there.
So that will be soon released. My birthday is August 13th, and before that, I guess they would be available.
Oh, wow.
Yep, just before my birthday.
And happy early birthday.
Thank you. That was sweet. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that.
We have another question. What is the name of the deaf school for deaf children? Happy Hand School? I'm curious why the school is called Happy Hands.
Because the person who set it up, Sabji, wanted a name that would be befitting of children and it would inspire them to grow and thrive using sign language to become literate. So that's the reason he decided to name it Happy Schools, Happy Hands. Many hearing schools are just about writing and lip reading and oralism. And where's the happiness there? No happiness, right? So now the children are happy. They are signing all around. They are deaf. So that's the reason he decided the name. I think, is that the sign for the school, Happy Hands? I think that is the sign that is used for Happy Hands there.
We have another question. When you talk about supporting deaf people at large, what comes to mind? And what advice can you give to the deaf community?
Sorry, I could not see the question. Can you do it again?
When you discuss supporting deaf people and wanting to uplift deaf people, what advice can you give to deaf people and communities?
Deaf people really need confidence. It's about communication access, but it's not always about come on someone please help me. No, go ahead, help yourself, communicate with people, show that spark, take the initiative, don't wait for someone to come and help you you know so deaf people don't very a lot of deaf people don't know how to write. So sometimes you can't communicate, so you write notes, communicate back and forth, use paper. For my BA degree, that is how I picked up and that is how I learned. Fight for the life that you want. Don't wait for someone to give it to you. I remember when I was young, people around, they needed a lot of support. And we didn't have many collaborations among deaf youth, the deaf organization, and then we didn't have much technology as well. But now things are moving fast. We have technology, we have communication access. So growth is happening in all sectors, compared to what it was before. It's important to advocate for yourself. How would you grow in life and move ahead without advocating for yourself? So just advocate for yourself for whatever you need.
Beautiful. We have another question. What brings you joy? What makes you happy? Tea, swimming.
Traveling, that's my thing. And food. I love to try a variety of cuisines. Travel, of course. Meeting new people, that's another thing I like. Knitting.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I know that you're on a boat and you deserve your free time.
Nope, it's calm and quiet. I feel like I'm being rocked like a baby and being soothed in this boat.
So I have a question for you. Do you love to dance?
Nope. Really? Indian dance is so different, and American dance is very different. But I love to watch, but if you ask me to learn to dance, that's not me.
So I grew up learning kata
Kathak.
for 11 years. There was an individual who was teaching me, and then I learned modern dance, African dance. I also love painting, just different arts. So, what type of art do you love and enjoy?
Let's see. You're talking about art. How do I explain this to you? Well, okay. What do you call that? We throw water on a wall, and the paint becomes like a design. And where's the face and where's the sun? It's not very clear. You have to really look and focus on the painting, and then you find the face, and then you find the sun. But when you look at the overall canvas, it's not very clear. So the picture becomes more clear when you keep looking at the picture. Is it a woman? Is it clothes? So that is the kind of art I think I like.
I enjoyed learning so much about you. You are an amazing person. So, for those who are watching, if you want to follow Miss Rupmani,
It's my name sign at the eye. Yep. Finger near the eye, not the brain. Yep.
okay,
Why do you think that is? When I was growing up, I did not know how to sign. And when I moved to Delhi, people around watched me, observed me for a time, and gifted me a name sign. Because my eyes are a little bit, not so big compared to most of the women in India and most of the people in India. So they noticed my eyes were a little tinier or smaller. So that's the reason they decided to give me that name sign. So that is R for Rupmani. So that is how the I and the R.
thank you. This is so important. So, we can follow you on Instagram at Rupmani Chhetri. That's RupmaniChetri, or on Facebook. And on Facebook, it's facebook.com/PRATIMAKRRK.THAPA. On LinkedIn, it's almost the same thing. So have the backslash with your name, Rupmani, but there is a hyphen, Chhetri, hyphen, then an A3480074.
Oh, wow. That's long.
It's okay, but you also have a business Instagram separate from your personal one. And the business Instagram is at SIGNABLE_APP. Can you explain what is signable?
Okay. Sign. That is the sign. So that is the sign for sign. And able, it means like you are able, you are capable. So that's like in India, in ASL, that was the sign of capable. And in India, in Indian Sign Language, this is the sign for capable. So when people say this, you're like, come on, come here. No. Do you have free time? Come, let's get together. So that is what it means, the sign. So we put these words together, sign and able, and it became signable. So it's similar concept like VRS, like Purple Communications. We have like Convo, all these. For example, there are so many communication barriers when you're trying to call a hospital, right? And getting an interpreter in person is very, very expensive. Sometimes it's 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. So
What?
So the interpreter gets paid 4,000 rupees sometimes, and the hospital is left with very little money. So we decided to set up VRS. So we have an app, and there is a logo that was designed by a deaf person.
Oh wow, deaf-led logo.
We did not want a hearing person to design that. We decided to encourage more deaf people to join our business. So that's the logo that you see with hands on your ears. That means that's the sign. It's similar, like it's matching the hearing people who always wear headphones. So similar to that when it comes to signing. So we did not want a hearing person to set up the business. It was about deaf entrepreneurship. No.
Deaf from the base up.
We wanted everything to be about deaf people, deaf entrepreneurs, and we wanted the world to see, yes, deaf can do it. And now we have interpreters. We have 50 to 60 interpreters now who have been trained and who have been trained in the sign language, in Indian Sign Language. And they support around 18 spoken languages on the app at the moment. So if 80% of the deaf people work there and the remaining are hearing people who work on the app in our company. So that's mostly deaf-led organization.
Wow.
So we have around 60,000 calls so far in general, and we have so many downloads so far. In India, there are millions and millions of people. We have so many apps.
Wow.
So we wanted a lot of deaf people to have access to this app. And we have so far millions of downloads of that app. And let me see how many I want to show you.
Yes, please show us. This is so wonderful. Deaf-led, deaf man.
That is how it looks like.
Oh,
SignAble. And this is what you see once you click on it. So we have deaf customer support. Call a person, get interpreter.
Can you show us again? Show us again. Wow.
Sure. It's deaf customer support at the bottom there.
Wow.
And when you click on that, these are the languages it shows. For language options, when it asks you to select a language, these are the options that will
Wow.
pop up.
I just want to say thank you. And just wait 1 second. This is the end, but it's not done. We've interviewed you. You talked about your travels, how you engage with so many people. But is there anything that you want to share with the world, that fire inside that you say, I must spread this flame? What is it?
I want to say, deaf people, wake up. Deaf people tend to think, there are so many barriers. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get involved in that. And then we isolate ourselves in these cliques, I want all the deaf people to come together, express yourself, black, white, any kind of religion, race, doesn't matter. Whether you're a man or a woman, what religion you follow, doesn't matter. Just we are all deaf, become one. I think in the US, we have more collaborations. Previously, when I went to Gallaudet, I was inspired. It gave me goosebumps I saw doctors there, dentists there who are deaf, and people working at the airports. There are some people in the army who are deaf. So there is nothing that deaf people can't do. So I just want to say, deaf people, wake up. It's different than it was years ago. In India, it's still not the same like the United States, the situation of the deaf community, but I hope it's going to change. So I want deaf people to empower themselves and go for it.
Yes, continue. If there's more you want to say.
Because deaf people tend to think, okay, fine, I'm born deaf. All right, I have no communication. I'm going to isolate myself and not do anything. I would say just do the opposite. Come on, you can do it. You can grow, you can thrive. Anything is possible. Don't tell yourself, I can't do it. Don't say it's not possible. Just tell yourself it is possible. Nothing is impossible. When I went to the UN, I had a mindset, no, it's not possible. But then I realized it can be done. So like I mentioned before, I went to Delhi and it changed my perspective. It changed the world for me. So I would say just connect with each other, sign to each other. Deaf people are so isolated, way away from each other. Connect with each other, come together. I don't know. I guess that is my advice.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
I'm here in California. I'm not in India, remember? Right now it's 5 in the morning in India, very, very early. It was not possible for me. Luckily, I'm in the same time zone and I could do this. Thank you so much for inviting me and listening to my story and my journey. We were able to figure out the timing of the interview. Things worked out. Luckily, I traveled to the United States at the same time, and now I'm in California. I've flown to Gallaudet for some presentations, I guess 3 times so far. But right now I'm in California. Thank you so much. We were able to work it out.
We appreciate that, and hopefully we can meet again in person.
Yes, again, yes.
And I would love to buy your book too.
I want to announce to the world that yes, you will get my book online. Please buy my book. Please. Thank you.
I would love for you to sign my book when I buy it.
When I wrote the book, how many years do you think it took me to write this book? 3 years. Yes. I don't think I was trying to figure out, okay, maybe what word goes where. English is not my first language. So it took me a lot of time to figure out how to put my thoughts into words. And often I would think, okay, this is not the right word. Maybe I need to change. I know the sign. This is the sign for profession or professional, but what is the exact word I want to use? So I was trying to match the signing in my head with the appropriate English words. So I had to be creative in how I wanted to write and how I wanted people to feel when they read it. I didn't want people to feel, oh, I've read a few pages and put it aside. I wanted people to be fascinated by it and not stop reading. So that was my intention when I started writing this book. And I did get some professional help in terms of editing and all those things. And finally, after so many years, I was able to publish the book. People have been asking, hey, why don't you write a book about your life for a long time now? And I never did it. One person named Madan from Washington, D.C. at Gallaudet had been asking me, why don't you write a book? I said, no, I don't think I can do that. He said, keep going, keep trying. You can do it. And finally, I did it. Oh, my goodness. That was quite a journey. I had many plans about how to write this book. What title should I give? It took a long time, but finally it's done. Now it's ready.
Wow. It's really powerful. Your story is so powerful. And I feel honored that you came on our show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And for the folks watching,
love all of you. Love all the people. Yay!
Much love. Wow. That was amazing. Amazing story of Rupmani. Her story, founding the organization SignAble, and also showing that deaf women can be leaders. And whoever said they couldn't lied. Deaf women can lead. Deaf women of color can lead, and she is amazing. She left India and has traveled the world independently. She has gone and sought out these learning opportunities and been hands-on, not just standing aside observing. She has been trying and trying and trying and showing that independence and strength, and also sharing that in her book. 3 years she continued, and here's that book. Now it's available in India, but soon it will be available worldwide. Keep your eye on that. She has Instagram. Follow her. Click on the QR code. Use your phone. Go ahead and scan it and follow her. You don't have to follow me. Follow Rupmani. And really, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Rupmani. Thank you to the interpreters. Thank you to Intersection of the Arts, the audience. Thank you to Urban Jazz Dance staff, plus all of you. Thank you. This show would not be possible without your support. None of it would be possible. So, if you would like to donate in the future in support other artists, I volunteer my time, but other folks do need your support. You can donate at therealurbanjazzdance.com for the interpreters and access and more. Next time on hashtag Deaf Woke, I don't know. Could you tell me who? Now we have therealurbanjazz.com. Stay tuned there. Have you enjoyed yourselves? Where are the hearts and the likes? I see you. I see you, hearts. So, thank you so much to our viewers. And until next time, peace. Where's my music?